Hello my friends, Chef Boyardee 2. Today I'm going to make French onion soup. I love French onion soup. But the reason I'm making it is because I happen to have a lot of onions. You know how it is. Honey, you going to the store? Pick me up some onions. Then you forget that and you go, oh, if you're going to the store, pick me up some onions. Well, God forbid I look and see how many onions I really have, but I saw this morning, and so I'm going to make good use of it. French onion soup can be made quickly, but it's all about the onions. The onions need to be coddled. They need time and patience. And that's why a lot of people, I don't think, like making the soup, because it does take time, but it's worth it. It's very, very easy to make, but again, it's all about caramelizing and flavoring the onions. Now, when you make onion soup, you have to learn how to cut the onion correctly. There is a way to cut onions correctly. But everybody worries about, oh, my eyes. Let me tell you a little secret. If you have a very sharp, I hate when that happens, knife, your onions, you will not cry from cutting them. I don't know why, but I know it works. So, make sure you have a very sharp, sharp knife. Don't go down there. So now I'm going to pick up what I dropped on the floor, get all my ingredients together, and get started. I hate when I drop things on the floor. And here we have all the ingredients. I have 4 large onions, and I took the skins off them, but I'm going to show you how to cut them, because you are going to cut them from here to there. Okay? Not that way, but nipple to nipple, so to speak. Then I have some balsamic vinegar, port wine, chicken broth, beef broth, and seasonings of salt and pepper, garlic, fresh thyme from the garden, butter. But most important is this very, very sharp knife. So now I'm going to show you how to slice the onions. So as you can see, I have cut all the onions. They were like so, and I cut them in half like that. That's how you want them to look. Now I'm going to peel off all the little heads and the skin and make them nice and smooth. First thing I'm going to do is take the knife and cut off that piece and that piece on all of them. So you put it down flat, take off that little piece right there, and that little piece. Here is how you do your onions. I'm going to do it slow. You want them very thin, so I use a very sharp knife and go like so. Okay, nice and slow so you don't cut your damn fingers off. I do it a little faster, but I am such an experienced idiot. Or you can go this way. It kind of reminds me of the movie Julia, when what's her name was cutting all those onions like Julia Child. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to look like so. I've done some already. Now, I made a faux pas. I forgot the most important part of the French onion soup, the Gruyere cheese. I forgot to take it out of the refrigerator, so that is also very important for your soup. Sorry about that mix-up. Back to cutting onions. And by the way, there are no tears coming from my eyes because I have a very sharp knife. If you're crying, go sharpen your knife. I'll be back. There you got the finished product. Now I'm going to put some butter in a big pot and start sauteing. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is melt the butter until it gets brown. Okay, now the butter is beginning to turn brown, so I'm going to add my onions. And I'm going to stir them like so, until they are soft and browned. Oh, about 20 to 25 minutes. One thing you can see I'm doing is I'm really going underneath and really turning it from the bottom so I get that butter that I melted on all the onions. Now it's been just about 10 minutes and I don't know if you can notice the difference, but when we started, the onions were up about here. Now look at how much they're getting pliable and they're shrinking. Now here it's been just about 20 minutes. And I don't know if you can see this, but the liquid is pretty much gone. And it is really down to the very bottom, seeing that this originally started up here. So I think it's now going to start getting brown. Okay, now it's been 25 minutes, and I think we're ready to go to the next step. So, I'm going to turn it up to medium-high. And I'm going to add the port wine and the balsamic vinegar. And I'm going to stir it. And I'm going to scrape up all the bottom so that any burnt stuff that's hanging there will go into the flavor. And so I've coated the onions, as you can see, like so. Looks good. And next, I'm going to add the broth. And I took 1 can of chicken broth, which is just under 2 cups, and then I filled the rest with beef stock. And so for a total of 4 cups, and here we go. You can mix chicken and beef. It's divine, you know, kind of like ebony and ivory. So as I put everything in it, the port wine, the vinegar, the balsamic vinegar, and the chicken and beef broth mix along with some thyme, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Bring it to a boil. Once it boils, I will reduce it to a simmer for about 45 minutes, and I will not cover it. So here is the finished product. I think the onions are very soft. I'm now going to get one of these. I'm going to fill them up. Then I'm going to put a toasted baguette on top and then cover it with some Gruyere cheese. Stay tuned. I have 2 toasted baguette slices in there, and now I'm going to add the cheese. Don't skimp on the cheese. Let it go over on the sides and burn on it. Now I'm going to put it under the broiler. And here is your final product. This absolutely looks awesome. And I am going to go fix the rest of the bowls so that we can have it for dinner. So this is Chef Boyardee 2. It's been a long day. It's been about 2.5 to 3 hours, but boy, it is worth it. French onion soup, coddled like it should be. Enjoy.